streaming now. That was, dude, I was not even streaming. Dude, I was, that's a stupid move on my part. I was not even streaming. Okay, look, me and Juicy Crabs, like, teammates. We are teammates for life, baby. Dude, I was not even streaming. Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Okay.
Bath, AC,
Okay.
a barbecue pit, maybe a microwave on
Barbe-
top of the stove.
BBQ
A food
pit,
pool.
yeah.
Oh, somebody's going to park. Think of it.
Oh,
Think of it.
shut up!
That's
Shut
it.
up!
That's exactly what I wanted.
Apartments.com.
I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Juicy Crabs is like down. I don't know, man. It says he's down. He shouldn't be down. I have green bars, man. I have green bars. Grand Pooh Bear, Dungeons and Dragons, broski.
8. And then does a 14. No,
Listen.
my D10s.
Your bardic inspiration.
I have 2 now. For some reason.
Okay. I mean, he's doing his D&D thing. Hold on. Oh. He's not on. He's okay. Okay. Sunday, same shit, different day. Actually, true story. I'm a disaster of a person. What do you want from me? Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, I miss my wife that got me to. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay. Fantastic Four Galactus first look. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Big surprise.
Charlie is
Fantastic
my
Four video, and
yeah.
all of a sudden, Marvel reveals a full first look at what Galactus will actually be in the movie, and it's Ralph Ineson very clearly.
It is
voicing the character.
It is Ralph Ineson. By the way, if you don't know who Ralph Ineson is, hold on. Before like, you will know who Ralph fucking Ineson is. And but like he is Galactus. Fair enough. Ralph Ineson voice. Yeah, dude, he is Galactus, and good for him. Good for him. He should be Galactus, right? Hold on. Let's go. Final Fantasy 16. Right. The 16. Right. Like Ralph Ineson. Come the fuck on.
All right, we're here with Ralph Ineson, the voice of Adolphus Telemann for Final Fantasy 16, and I'd just like to ask you a few questions about your experience, what it's like to voice the character in the game. I would love to ask what attracted you to this role. Would you like to speak on that?
Things are very couched in secrecy and codes and everything, so you don't.
Dude, he. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, let's go. Ralph Ineson. Final Fantasy 16 is so good. It's so dope. It's so dope.
My name is Ben Starr, and I play Clive.
Clive!
In Final Fantasy.
It's Clive, bro. Let's go, man.
My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty.
Dude!
I just fight to survive.
Let's fucking go.
He's far from invincible. In fact, when we meet him, he's broken. He's complete.
I am also
It
broken.
was remarkable, actually,
I'm
how
broken
much
too.
that resonated with me, and that sense of just needing a little bit of hope and a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
I'm most excited for the people to see his journey. I feel up to this point.
Dude, I am
This idea
all
that he's
about
out
Clive.
for one thing and one thing only, and that is revenge. There is so much more to Clive than that, and I can't wait for people to discover that as they play it. Can't wait
let's
for them to
fucking
collect
go.
all the icon powers with him and kind of collect the experiences that you're going to have with him along that journey.
Dude, come.
I mean it.
It's- Dude, Ralph Innocent, let's go.
What's a leader here? No one with all
Dude, come on. What are we even doing?
My name's Ralph Einstein, and I voice Adolphus
Einstein.
Tillman. So he's
Einstein.
fun. He
It's-
gets to puncture the seriousness of a lot of moments. In the,
Dude,
with the shoot,
come
and
on.
Trying to stop Clive, who has got a kind of emo edge to him, compared to Sid.
Little emo edge.
You all right?
Never better.
Dude, come on. Einstein.
Sid's a much more kind of straightforward man, and I think that relationship between the two of them is quite a lot of fun.
I will be your monster.
Dude, in Shishiva.
Nor will I suffer you to
Dude,
create
come
another.
on. What
My name's
what are
Susanna
we?
Fielding, and I voiced Jill in Final Fantasy
Jill,
16.
dude.
My powers awoke, and everything changed.
Dude.
She's got a really interesting journey. When we first meet her, she's
Dude,
in a
dude,
very
dude,
vulnerable,
come
damaged
on.
place.
They're
and there's a real
so
kind of transition
good.
to a new version of Jill as the game goes on. So that was probably the most sort of interesting,
Oh my
emotional
God,
journey
like,
to
I
play, and
love
certainly
Final
one of the,
Fantasy
most 3D
16.
emotional characters that I've ever played on a video game.
Oh, good. Fuck her! Fuck her! Fuck her! She can go fuck herself.
My
right?
name is Nina Indis, and I voice Benedicta Harmon in Final
And
Fantasy 16.
good
She's
for her.
such
She is incredibly hot. Incredibly hot.
a
but,
complex,
yeah.
well-rounded character. I think it's easy to
Benedicta.
judge a book by its cover.
I asked you a question, Lord Commander.
There's so much to her. I'm just excited for the fans to get to know her.
She is incredibly hot, but
As well as I got to know her during the recording.
yeah, me too. Me
The
too.
Iron Blood will rule the day they set foot on Storm.
Everyone hated her. Let's go,
My name
baby.
is Alex Anipekin, and I play Hugo Kupka in Final Fantasy 16. I think the most interesting thing about playing Hugo is the fact that
Dude, look at him.
and
He's
how to
such
express that, because he is a statesman, he is a
asshole.
politician, he
Dude,
has
he's
the
an
ability
asshole.
to be really
He's an
eloquent
asshole.
and
He's an asshole.
statesmanlike,
Hold
but
on.
at the same time he has this just raw energy and power that also
Yeah,
flows
yeah,
through him,
he's-
and just
he's a
knowing when
fucking asshole.
that comes to life and when it doesn't, and kind of where he fits in the wider territory of the Six Kingdoms.
One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Dude.
My name's David Menken, and I play Barnabas Tharn. Barnabas is one of the most interesting
fuck
characters
you.
I've had
Fuck
the pleasure
you.
of playing. He is completely driven to his purpose. He knows that everything he does will lead to the destruction of the world as he knows it, but he knows that it's the only way.
Hold on. No. Yeah. Right. I just want Ralph Innocent interviewing Final Fantasy 16. Ralph Innocent. Yeah.
You don't really kind of know what you get involved in.
Dude,
So I
my
was asked to get
man.
involved in this
My
video game
man.
And play this character, and I read some of the lines. and
Sidolphus.
The world
Let's
seemed
fucking
wonderful.
go,
and
dude.
As an actor,
Come
what you want
on.
is good writing, and so yeah, it was great writing. So I agreed to do it. And,
Sidolphus.
yeah, then later on found out exactly what it was and how big it is. But yeah, it wasn't. I think if you approach any project with the whole weight of the project, you're not going to do your best work as an actor. So I think it's kind of good to not kind of know the size of what you're doing, because all you're doing is looking at the character, looking at the lines, and doing your job in a very pure way, rather than going, oh my God, I'm doing Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What is it like to get into the mind of Sid? How did you prepare to voice this character whenever it was your time to record?
It was kind of quite an easy one, in the sense that I speak with a Yorkshire accent, which is quite a no-nonsense accent as far as British accents go. If you hear a Yorkshire accent, it's kind of like a steady, no-nonsense.
Dude, I am all about
so I
Ralph
decided not to
Ineson.
particularly change my accent for Sid, because I thought that's kind of what Sid is. He's a rough soldier who's a very, very loyal man.
Dude.
And I just thought that it suited that kind of rhythm of speech.
Yeah, good for
so
him.
I didn't change a lot.
Like, good for him.
The sessions.
Good
just
for
concentrated on making him as real and as vibrant as I could.
What is your favorite thing about Sid?
I love the way that, as a lot of men do, sometimes toxically, but they take the piss out of each other, and they push each other on,
right?
And encourage each other by insulting each other and doing each other down. And that's a very specifically male thing, which can be very toxic, but can also be something very beautiful. You all right?
Dude, I love Sid.
Sounds like it. And I think that's the thing with Clive
Sid.
and Sid. I mean, they love each other very much. Sid.
Clive, Juicy Krabs and Evan Clare, they love each other very much, but we take the piss out of one another, don't we? Don't we? I think we do. I think we take the piss, right? Do we not? Do we not? I think we do. I think we do. I think we're like...
They push each other on and encourage each other by insulting each other and doing each other down, and that's a very
I think that me and Juicy Krabs take the piss out of each other. They say the power is gonna be
toxic, but can also be something very beautiful. You all right?
Never better.
I think we're like I think we're
that's the thing with Clive and Sid.
We're like
they love
Clive
each
and
other very
Sid.
much. Sid absolutely loves and worships Clive and wants to help him fulfill his destiny.
My destiny. I don't know. I don't know if we have that. But...
Tell him he's a little bit of an idiot and get your head out your ass and get on with it.
For you, what was the hardest part about your performance as Sid?
I think the hardest part of it is the practicality of doing it over 4 years. Because,
dude,
as an actor, I usually work in film.
I think we're about that.
You go and do a job for 2 or 3 months. You may go back a month later to do some ADR on it, but that's it. That's your involvement with the project, and you're on to the next project. Whereas video games, because they take 4 years, you kind of keep coming back to this thing, and it's a completely different way of working to what I'm used to, and it has many
it's gonna be.
Was there at any point where you were able to kind of improvise your script?
Come on, man.
Give Sid's performance a more you feel?
To a point, and it's more to do with the rhythm of the lines rather than because the writing is.
Dude, his voice is so fucking wild.
But sometimes the back and forth between two characters, we got the chance to work together, me and Ben, towards the start of the process to build that relationship.
Good for them, dude. I love the story of Final Fantasy 16.
We got the chance to really do some acting before we actually started putting the lines. Some rehearsal and getting to know how we worked off each other, and that was really helpful because.
Listen to his voice. It's so dope.
A bit of rehearsal, working together before we actually got going, and that's not usual for video game work.
So you mentioned the fact that you have a background in film and television. Can you speak about what it was like to make that transition from film and TV to voice acting for video?
Actually, this is super interesting to me. I mean, me and Juicy Krabs, like we've done many video game characters together. Like me and him, we are like a Clive and Sid in this. But otherwise,
it's very different but very similar in a sense. All acting comes down to the
right. That's what we have.
Finding some truth whereby you look at this character and you believe that whatever is coming out of their mouth has just come into their brain for the first time. So that's the same whether it's film, television, theatre, or whatever. You have to bring these characters to life. It's just
Dude,
the way you
I
do it in a
love
video
Ralph
game
Ineson.
situation is
He's
you're doing
so
a 3
good.
or 4 hour session, which is incredibly intense. Just you or 2 actors, microphones, engineer, and director. And so it moves really quickly. You get a lot done. It's very intense. So you are in character and intensely working for.
Dude, did y'all ever see The Witch? Like he is actually like he's not doing like a voiceover or anything. Like he is actually part. Like he's an actor in The Witch. It's like VVICH. That kind of thing.
Whereas in film and television,
Yeah.
there's a lot of sitting around. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm
looking
Sonic.
to sort
Yeah,
lights out,
yeah.
to do
Your
this, to
tails.
check your costume and all this.
Dude,
which
I don't
interrupts
want to
your
be
rhythm as an actor.
Sonic.
So what is really nice about voice acting in video games is that you just go for it and you splurge so much stuff in 3 hours. You do as much
What
acting
the
in
fuck,
3 hours as you
dude?
do in a week on a film.
No, I'm pale.
What does Final Fantasy mean to you?
Final Fantasy to me, not actually being a gamer, is
I don't know what he's gonna say about this. Final Fantasy to me means everything. It's my life. I don't know what he's going to say. He's not a gamer. Final Fantasy to me, like I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like Final Fantasy is to me. I Man, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's everything to me. Like it's my whole fucking life. Like Final Fantasy to me is play Sonic Spinball? Dude, I will. I will. Final Fantasy to me is Final Fantasy to me is more than my actual job as as the #1 whatever, like astronomer, whatever, the largest planetarium director in Texas, right? Like I no like no shit though. I don't know what he's going to say, which is why I want to tell people what I'm going to say. Ralph Ineson of Final Fantasy 16. There's a lightning bolt outside. But no, for me, like being the largest planetarium director in Texas here. Like it's I just like Final Fantasy 7, maybe 8, and Final Fantasy Tactics. So you're a PlayStation baby.
it's just coming into a whole new world that I knew kind of nothing about. Yeah, so
Dude, I'm all about that.
It's just meeting all these new people and this whole new world that I didn't know existed.
How excited?
Dude, I love her. Like he has no idea about the Final Fantasy fan.
I am very excited. Yeah. This publicity tour kind of
dude,
I normally get involved in.
And do y'all know about like Diablo 4? Like he was a big character in Diablo
And so
4.
yeah, it just builds up the excitement to it.
And he was Sid in Final Fantasy 16.
I hope they'll, from my point of view, from Sid's point of view, I'm hoping that they'll wish they had a big brother like Sid.
Vivi, everyone loves Vivi. Let's fucking go.
Thank you so
dude.
much for letting me pick your brain today. Good luck out there.
Dude.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your tour.
Dude, good for him.
Thank you.
Like, good for him. Like, super Ralph Innocent in Final Fantasy 16. Hold on, Ralph Innocent, no, I spelled this name right. Innocent, Diablo 4. Yeah, dude, he's, yeah. Let's go, Ralph Innocent. Clive, here. Okay. Actually, I want to hear him. Like, I want to get his.
You're wrong. I don't know who you are anymore, or what you want.
Adolphus.
I only know what you used to say.
Hold on.
That you were tired of running.
Like yeah, we get that, but I want to hear Ralph Innocent.
Sid is a character that has appeared or been mentioned in almost all Final Fantasy related media and has become a Final Fantasy.
Oh, I don't want that. I want Ralph Innocent Diablo 4. Like I want to hear him, man.
You've returned, and without this time,
dude.
A wise choice for this dark story.
There he is.
The
My
shadows
man.
will seem longer when
My man, Ralph Innocent. Let's
Before
go.
we talked of Anu and Tethamet, the high heavens and the burning hells, and all who reside there in
There it
broad
is.
eternal conflict.
What
creation of
what would it be like if VV's voice was Ralph Innocent? Oh my god.
Sanctuary.
Wouldn't that be like
and our
wild?
creators, Inarius and Lilith, angel and demon, our father and mother. The eternal conflict raged on,
dude,
endless and all-consuming.
Dude, Ralph Innocent
led by the
is
Angeras
so
Council.
good.
The angelic
he's so
forces
freaking
fought
good,
countless
dude.
battles against the armies of the seven demon lords, who sought to conquer all of creation. Though the high heavens often defeated their adversaries, they also failed to destroy them,
Like what?
allowing evil
Come
to return
on, man.
again
Come
and
on.
again and again. Ceaseless, unrelenting. Both sides claimed victories. Both suffered crippling defeats.
Everyone loves mine because of VV. Even my
Many of these battles were fought in Pandemonium, the plane said to be formed from the violent death of Anu and Tethamet, where the heart of creation lay.
Dude.
The mountain-sized artifact that would come to be known as the World Stone, housed within the Pandemonium fortress.
Come on.
Any who control the World Stone would have the power to create new worlds, or unmake them with a thought. A desirable and dangerous prize.
Come on!
It became the focus of
Well,
the
Ralph
eternal
Innocent. Come on, man.
Over the eons, the Pandemonium Fortress changed hands many times. It became a strange place, embodying the warped reality of Pandemonium as a whole. A structural and liminal place.
Bro.
Affected by the high heavens
Come on.
and burning hells alike. Angels and demons, too numerous to count, have fallen at its gates. Over and over and over again.
Dude, come on!
Endless cycle.
With Ralph
caused
Innocent?
Darius, advisor to the Angeras Council and under Tyrael's command, to eventually conclude that the war could never be won.
God.
And he resolved to abandon it.
How old is Paige? She's
Elsewhere,
23.
Lilith,
She was
daughter of
born in
Beatrice,
2000.
was arriving at a similar conclusion. On her father Mephisto's role in the eternal conflict, Lilith once wrote,
she knows a lot.
"My father
I'm
is
interested
content
in
to
her
fight the
now.
same battles and the same foes,
she's
while
super
everything
dope.
turns to ashes.
She's super
The
dope.
war will never be won so long as he and his brothers lead. There is an
One day she'll come. She'll be in here one day. I know she watches me. I know she does.
angel and demon.
I know she
Separated
does.
by a vastness in distance and
She
experience
knows of
is difficult
Orion.
to comprehend.
Orion.
They came to the same conclusion. They must
Dude.
escape the eternal conflict.
Yeah, you
I wonder
dude,
if the cosmos had ever contemplated
that here, this is super dope, right? Like, you have a demon and an angel. They fucked. They completely fucked. Like, did they not? Like, come on. Of course they fucked a lot. But they made Sanctuary. And
such an unholy alliance and divine union. I wonder if creation shuddered in horror and awe.
They fucked
as
so
and
much.
Lilith gathered others to their cause, fellow renegades seeking escape.
Dude, they fucked so much. They
Ceaseless fighting.
So hard.
The details of their meeting,
good for them,
like so much of our history,
good for them,
is obscured by the relentless
look at the fucking titties and look at the fucking pecs of our man, dude. They fucked so hard.
Of time and myth. But the great heraldic scholar Deckard Cain tells us of Inarius, wounded or marooned in
Inarius,
fortress, meeting with Lilith.
Yeah.
Lilith was not spared the hatred of her father Mephisto.
Lilith and Inarius fucked so hard. Like, do I even have to like continue? Like, they banged so much. Like, look at that. Look. Come on.
From time immemorial had awaited an opportunity to rebel. For the first time, combatants in the eternal conflict not only set aside their differences.
Like, listen to now, and like,
it's difficult to imagine.
Listen,
but legends tell us that Inarius and Lilith forged an
like, listen to
the
this.
Course of the war,
come on, man.
Reality itself, and all of existence. Inarius and Lilith pledged themselves to their joint cause of escaping the eternal conflict.
Yeah, they
united in
Listen, Inarius and Lilith did not want anything to do with the fucking, like, war between heaven and hell and all of that. That's why they made Sanctuary. That's the whole fucking point of Diablo 4.
Both resourceful and wise in their way, they managed to gain control of the World Stone and hide it from the watchful eyes of the heavens.
It didn't go well.
Working together,
did not go well.
They shifted the World Stone into a pocket dimension, hiding it from the opposing powers of the eternal
it went well for a little while.
There,
it went well for a little while.
They used its extraordinary power to shape a new world, a refuge, free from war.
Big titties, big abs, and
a sanctuary.
Yeah, but no. It didn't.
The renegade angels and demons came together to create new life.
Dude,
and the nature of the eternal conflict changed.
Let's fucking go.
The joining of the opposing natures within these firstborn.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Before.
Look.
Beautiful abominations.
Beautiful abominations.
From which humanity would one day descend.
You and me.
As inheritors of both lineage.
That's you and me, Juicy Crabs. Beautiful abominations.
The firstborn graced them with the potential to resist the evil of the burning hells and to defy the dominion of the high heavens. Because of this, many of the angels and demons who rebelled with Lilith and Inarius feared what these children might become. The burden of children can strain even the strongest of allies, and it seems that angels and demons are not immune to this simple truth. Surely Inarius and Lilith could not have foreseen the cosmic consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
Inarius was alarmed when he realized that his children might surpass both angels and demons in potential. The other angels and demons fought fiercely over what should be done, whether to spare the Nephilim or exterminate them. The dissent between the two groups alarmed Inarius, who called for a period of reflection. Lilith, driven into a mad frenzy by the threat of her children's extinction, ruthlessly murdered each and every renegade angel and demon, leaving only Inarius to discover the carnage she had wrought. Horrified by the loss of his comrades at Lilith's hand, Inarius became enraged. But still he could not kill Lilith. Instead, he banished her from the sanctuary they had created together. Inarius then attuned the World Stone to diminish the powers of the Nephilim over time, and disappeared in the aftermath. As their strength faded generation by generation, they came to resemble mortals, no longer angelic or demonic, simply human.
Simply human.
As their power diminished, so too did their collective memory, until only legends of what came before remained. It is said that the firstborn remained immortal and undying as humankind took shape, giving rise to the cultures, kingdoms, and tribes of Sanctuary, before themselves fading into myth.
Fuck, dude. I actually...
The birth of our world and our inheritance, demonic and divine.
I didn't even know that.
Conflict that rages ceaselessly in each of us. Think on that, young scholar, until we meet again. None of us is above sin or immune to evil's seduction.
None of us
Even the most righteous may fall,
none
given
of
the
us
right
is
push in the
above
wrong
sin.
direction.
None of us is above sin.
Another night.
Yeah, that's a
You've
big
returned, and with ale this time.
Hold on.
A wise choice for this.
Like, oh my god, like none of us is above sin. Ralph Ineson. Hold on, I have to, Ralph. Hold on. RALPHINESON. None of us is above sin. I mean, is that not true? None of us is above sin. Like even as a atheist. Like that's a pretty big kind of thing. Ralph Ineson, dude, my man, Ralph Ineson. Oh, is he in Nosferatu? I haven't seen the new one. I have not seen the new one. But, fair enough.
What's it like when Robert gets on the phone to you and says, I've got some...
But, dude, my man... like he is the guttural voice of a fucking demon.
...for you again.
I tend to know about it quite a long time before. Like this one, I think we talked about.
Dude. I'm sorry. He to me is sick.
This one when we were filming The Witch in Ontario 11 years ago or something like that. So yeah, I tend to get quite a lot of notice about it.
Oh, and your character stands on the kind of science and reason, which is counterpointed with the whole mysterious side of this.
Go.
But also, you're a kind of polar opposite to Count Orlok himself. Were you aware of that during filming and the way that Bill's voice was going to be portrayed?
Yeah, I mean they talked about that Bill was working with and doing some good, but I don't think that there's anything, that what the work.
Like, come on, man, dude, he's so good in his vocalization.
The amazing work that Bill's done is not just about the pitch of the voice. I have a certain pitch.
Come on.
But the character that he's created is terrifying, and it's kind of dripping through the walls. It's an inhuman, ancient sound. It's more than just lowering your voice.
Dude, Ralph Ineson is so dope.
When you're in the run of making this film, do you realise what it is you're doing, or does that really happen when you see it on the big screen for the first time?
I think that the more films you do, the more you understand where everything goes in the place. So Obviously, you have to wait for Lou, Ford, and Robert to do their magic before it's fully realised. But the way Robert shoots with the long takes, camera moves, and all that kind of thing, you can get a pretty good idea of what's actually going to be on screen by what you see on the monitor. You know.
Well, congratulations, fantastic.
Dude.
So much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, come on. No, hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
Dude, come on. Ralph Innocent. I posted on Facebook, like nobody watches me on Facebook, but Ralph Innocent, none of us is above sin. I think that it's a very good quote. What do y'all want? Like, what do y'all want to watch? Ralph Innocent is a very, very good watch for us. Hold on. Yeah. I like watching him. Watch later, maybe. Maybe we can watch later. Oh my god, we have like so many toy chasers, game chaser videos. Oh my god, we have so much. I haven't watched them like in a year and or more. Okay. We have a lot. We have a lot of game chaser and or toy chaser videos. Are y'all ready to get freaking like sad? I don't know. Maybe it's sad. Here we go. This is gonna be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah. What? Listen, I'm. Oh, here we go, baby.
So a few months back, I found this really old Apple II computer just hanging around at the flea market.
Here we go, baby.
I basically got it for $40, not really knowing if it worked or not. Now, since I've gotten this thing, it's just been sitting in my garage. I didn't really try to power it on or anything to see if it works. I wanted to wait till I found an expert, and I think I found one. So there's a YouTuber called 8-Bit Guy, and he's actually local. But funny enough, we've never actually met him and hung out with him.
I got an email from him, and he just said he was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He picked up this Apple II. I went and found the video online on YouTube and watched it, and I think he just wanted to bring it by and have me look at it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Now, he really loves old school computers, so if anybody can figure out if this thing is in good working order or not.
I am also local. I am local, but
it's gonna be him.
I have been a fan of 8-Bit Guy's channel for several years now. For one thing, you actually are probably going to learn something in the channel, unlike ours. So there's some type of use.
Now Jay's not gonna be here today. Going to Kansas City, going on a date with Norm. I didn't ask.
Dude, I will go on a date with Norm. If they want me to go on a
evil
date
shredder, them turtle boys don't come to no slide.
Stop. Just stop.
Could you grab that? Thank you.
We get to his house. The first thing we do, he's like, hey, let's go get some lunch. The first thing we do,
dude,
Billy and me, like a couple of slack-jawed idiots, is we couldn't figure out, like a couple of chimps, we couldn't figure out how to open the door to his car. He had a Tesla. I've never...
What are we talking about? Dude, I have a chicken strip there. It is 8:43 p.m.
I've seen a Tesla before in real life. Okay?
Right now.
And the doors were like all like technologically advanced and stuff. They're not like regular doors. You know, you're supposed to... And it didn't do that. That's the first impression that we have with 8-Bit Guy. So I'm sure he's sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to be a blast.
Not great.
It was kind of embarrassing. Like, we didn't...
Great. It's not great.
I kind of figured out how to... I mean, to be fair, the handles were, there was no, it was weird.
Well, like a couple of Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Like the technology was just. And the sad thing is if you wouldn't have come back
come on,
and opened the door for us, I don't think we would have ever figured it out. We'd have been
dude, this is what it's like in fucking Texas. Like, these are Texas people. These are Texas guys. We are Texas people. It is 8:45 p.m. Yeah.
Start hitting on the door and stuff. Start hitting the windshield.
It's not great. It's not great. I'm not great.
Where do my expertise lie? Well, historically, always with computers. Obviously, for my YouTube channel, my expertise lie in computer.
Dude, here. Hold on. And he's great. He's great. Hold on. I'm trying. I'm trying with people. Cup noodles. Yeah, it's a fun. Dude. Duck on. Watch Evan Claire.
Thinking about you all the damn time. When I feel hungry, I go to the sun, to the drop to get some more.
Look.
Staring at you all the damn time.
Nobody wants to go there, but God has allowed me to live another day, and I'm about to make it everyone else's problem to go there. But God has allowed me to live another day. Shut up, Evan Glare. Here, I'm gonna downvote myself because it's what I do. I have 448 subscribers. It's what we have. It's, God damn it, it's what we have. All right. Okay. Well, there I am.
Computers from the 80s.
I actually do watch a lot of 8-bit guys, so it's kind of surreal being in his studio here that I see on YouTube all the time for actually years now.
Ooh, yeah, this is kind of pretty dirty.
Kind of rough.
Anything.
I've never seen one of these before. It's just apparently some kind of aftermarket, like disc drive folder. Does it come off, or how's it?
I think it
Come on.
Yeah, this
man.
particular Apple II, being an Apple II Plus, is kind of like the Model T of Apple II.
And I love that we're like getting. Okay, well, we're here.
I mean, it's a really early model. Have you actually tried plugging this in yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. I picked it up and it's been sitting in my garage.
I saw the video.
It's just been sitting in my garage.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't want to plug it in and potentially do something that messed it up.
Dude, Billy is so like fucking pumped. Like go and watch early Game Chasers videos. He was so like, he was like me, dude. But just go and watch that.
It looks like a ball of spaghetti or something. I mean, there's just so much stuff attached to it, and it's dirty.
Yeah.
I'm kind of encouraged because he didn't just outright say, "Hey, this thing is a paperweight. You've been
dude, come on,
screwed.
Come on, man."
I mean, I don't see any serious corrosion or
Dude,
problems
come
on the motherboard. The
come
biggest concern
on.
would probably be the reefer caps in the power supply. It's quite common if they've been sitting.
Come on.
They may blow up and they make a horrible stench. I have
Dude,
definitely had reefer caps blow on me on both Apple IIs. I had it happen on an old Osborne, and
Right.
yeah, it smells like burning rotten fish or something like that for like hours. And
Dude, come on.
we can really do
Come
about
on,
that.
Buzzfeed.
If it blows up, it blows up.
But we definitely want to try to plug it in, right?
Well, not yet. What I want to do.
He's like, oh, we want to plug it in,
just
right?
Like this, for example. We don't need this.
Now, what is that?
I don't even know.
It seems that there's a lot of things in here that aren't needed for the actual computer to work.
That's one of the things I'm trying to do is get rid of some of these unnecessary cables. You've got an RF modulator hanging in there. Definitely don't need that.
Do we not need that?
It's just here to
Oh my God.
maybe have it hooked up to a television, which is
enough.
completely unnecessary.
I think this is a third-party 80-column card. So I think what it does is you would run the composite from the back of the case into one of these jacks, and then the other jack would go to the monitor. Yeah, it's probably A for Apple, M for monitor.
I
One of the
know
main concerns
exactly
when I was first purchasing
what
this
he's
thing was
talking
this
about.
particular wire coming out and how it was cut. I didn't know what this went to, how important it was.
Is this a joystick? Oh, looks like it used to be a joystick. Okay, well, we're going to take that out of there, too.
Dude, good for him.
Replaceable.
What is that? Well, I think it's a language card, but it says Microsoft on it instead of Apple, so I don't think I've seen that. I'll tell you right now, by the way, I am not an Apple II expert. I'm a
Good
Commodore
for him,
expert,
dude.
but
Dude,
Apple
good
II,
for him.
You know, I know.
Good
sure
for
enough
him.
about
Like,
them, but
oh
I'm
my
not,
God.
Compared to me,
yeah.
you're an expert, so.
I'm obviously way more knowledgeable than the average person on Apple IIs, but
Dude, I am all about
by any means. I mean, I know my way around them. I know the basics of
I
them. That's something else.
God,
here.
oh my God. Oh my God. All right. We are not even a little bit. Hold on. So, hold on. Oh my God, yeah, we are not here on disable the thing that we are doing. Dora, yeah, we aren't doing that. Okay. Monkey Balls is still live, but he's like not. We aren't doing that. But if he is still there. Oh my God, like maybe. Okay.
I have no idea what this card is. Whatever it is, we don't need it right now. So all we've got left is the language card and the disk drive card, which is all we really need to test this thing.
Now, what does the language card do?
The main thing is it's basically just a 16K expansion. It just adds, it basically boosts the machine up to 64K. It does some other things too, but that's like the primary thing.
Dude, he knows his shit. Like, come on, he knows his shit. Like,
So he's got all the unnecessary stuff out of this. It's time to test this thing and see if it works. I don't have high hopes. I mean, because I don't know where this thing has been stored over the years. This is Texas. Sometimes people will store things in attics.
Dude, he's saying this is Texas. I am Texas. Okay.
Barns and sheds, and year after year
I
it's
am
so hot and
Texas.
humid. When you store electronics in those types of places, they're going to deteriorate. They're going to go bad a lot quicker. And this thing is
Right.
really old. And from the looks of it, from the
Dude,
outside, and how nasty it looks, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing had been stored in a barn because it kind of looks.
I'm not expecting this thing to even work. You know, this thing is probably sitting in some attic for
help,
years.
help.
In my opinion, this thing is most likely
Come
just a shell.
on.
Well, let's just see what happens.
Game chase, like I am game chasers.
Time to test this thing and see if it works.
Dude, I am Texas. I am the guy. Texas.
Oh, it is working.
Working Apple II.
Oh, it's working.
Well,
It's
on
working.
the right side, it did power on, and the reefer caps didn't blow, so that's always a plus, although that could still happen.
I'm really shocked that this thing is actually fired
God
up.
damn it!
The monitor.
Fair enough. Apple II,
Looks
Apple
really good.
IIJ.
Text is all nice and crisp. It looks just gorgeous, actually.
Very crispy. It's crispy.
And that is our primary drive. This one seems like it might be okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the main hard drive hooked up to the computer is working, but he thinks that the other one is, so he's going to switch them out.
All right, so now we can unplug these from the disk drive card. And even though they've labeled this one as drive 2, we're gonna make it drive 1.
Dude,
back over to slot 6. Okay, so what we need now is a disk.
Now that he has this other drive hooked up as the main drive, it's time to check it
Dude.
and see if it works.
All right, now
Come
here's the thing
on! We're trying. Okay.
I always take flack for.
We are trying. We are trying. 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 How do you spell trying? T-R-Y. How do you even spell trying? These grabs. How do you spell trying? T-R-Y-I-N-G. I'm gonna say here. Yeah,
Because when I'm testing out a computer, and I need a disk, well, the closest thing I have in reach is usually one of my own games. So for Apple II here, for example, I've got an entire box of Apple II Pesky Robots.
So 8-Bit Guy actually makes his own games. He's made a game called Pesky Robots, and he's...
Dude, I want to play Pesky Robots. Oh my...
Put it out on many different consoles, one of them being the Apple II.
I want
games over the years, and I guess the one I'm the most proud of is, of course, Pesky Robots. We definitely have more ports of that game than any of the other ones.
Oh my god! I want to know about that game.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So he's put the disc for Pesky Robots into the drive, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be reading. That sucks.
Well,
on the bright side, it looks like all your keys are working, and that's good because this particular Apple II Plus, kind of notorious, these keys, when you find an old one, then half of them don't work.
Okay.
So, hey, that's good.
So it looks like just the drive is the main issue.
And I bet we could get one of them working, especially if we take parts from both, and if we've got time
I'm not
investigate that. However, there's something else we can do.
Oh man, that sucks.
This is a floppy drive emulator.
Come on!
It just plugs right into that.
Come on, Mango!
Pretend to be a floppy drive, and I've got various software on here, so we can try loading something from this.
So you can play any game, emulate it through this little thingy, and it'll send a signal out.
Thingy! Yeah.
The Pesky Robot.
Okay, what have I got this set on? The print shop was the last thing I was loading on there. That was probably when I was doing my Apple II documentary. Unfortunately, it says the print shop companion requires 640K. It should have 640K. Oh, not 640. 64K. It should have 64K because of this.
Dude, he is a.
So this is where my knowledge of Apple II is probably just not adequate to solve this problem. But a lot of these games and stuff we're trying to run are saying they need 64K, and the machine just doesn't have it. Now, it has a language card in there, which should be bumping it up to 64K, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Right.
And maybe I just don't understand enough about Apple II architecture to realize what's wrong. That may be why Protoss would
Me
load.
too.
Unfortunately, that just means there's a lot of the more modern games that came out in the later 80s. I'll redo that.
Unbelievable. It is cool seeing this thing fire up, and I have very vague memories of the Apple II.
This is my robots, and it does get a little bit further than
Okay. Now the language card is basically a memory expansion pack, for lack of a better explanation, which will allow the computer to have 64K of memory.
Billy, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's working though.
Could try spraying some deoxid on it. So the biggest problem with the lack of 64K is it just means a lot of the later games that came out in the later 80s, you know, probably most of the better games, are just simply not going to run on this machine until somebody can figure out.
Billy, what are the...
I never could figure out what this card does.
Billy!
If this...
Come on!
Goes with the language card in some way, maybe both have to be in there.
So one of these cards that he had pulled out of the computer initially, he didn't know exactly what it was, and so he's going to try to put it back in and see if that has anything to do with maybe getting the 64K language card.
Oh my god! Just do it! Do it!
Nope, same problem. Well, let's try running something that doesn't require 64K.
So unfortunately, after trying multiple things, multiple attempts at trying to get this language card to work, it doesn't look like it's going to.
So your typical early Apple II games, particularly from the era that this computer came from, only usually need 48K. Okay, well that's a little something. Yeah.
Dude, Wolfenstein!
Wolfenstein 3D.
Absolutely.
It is based on this game concept, which is a 2D game.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Wolfenstein has been an ongoing series for a long time.
I'm down for some Wolfenstein.
It actually dated back to the Apple II days. That's pretty crazy, and if you had asked me that, I would have had no idea it went back that far.
I'm okay with
early
Billy.
Apple IIs, right? I don't know if I mentioned that.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, this is one of the really early ones. But yeah, this thing here's got 1980 on the board, so I mean, this is a really, really old one.
I love
And I almost passed on it because
I'm down.
I know so little
What did you
about
pay
it.
for it?
$50.
Oh, well, you got a steal then.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, an Apple II Plus.
Yeah, he got
And
a
I'm
steal! He got a steal,
What's
baby!
this or that worth? Yeah. And I'm not always an expert on that sort of thing, but I think the Apple II Plus in working condition, just the machine alone, is usually worth like $200 or $300.
Now, the guy at the flea market, obviously, if he had
Dude,
charged more.
let's
But if
go.
I had known it was working, I would have paid more. And that's kind of the deal, right? What is the risk you're willing to take? How much is that of that are you willing to pay?
But yeah, I don't know. This maybe could benefit from some RetroBrite, but I'm not sure.
So the sole reason for me even coming up here was just to see if 8-Bit Guy can get this computer up and running. But he's decided to actually just take it upon himself to start cleaning it. And I didn't ask him to do it, but I'm definitely not going to stop him either.
Dude, me too! Like, come on. It's what, 9:01 p.m.? Let's go.
It's like it's right off the factory floor
Yeah.
now.
So that looks pretty good now compared to earlier. So I definitely get a sense of joy or accomplishment, or I don't even know, satisfaction is probably the right word for restoring an old computer and seeing it go from nasty and disgusting to showroom quality again. And this one was way easier to do than I thought it was going to be.
Man,
Again,
I
this thing
am
is looking just
super
almost
dope
museum
from him.
quality at this point. It's pretty crazy how cleaned up this thing is getting.
So I'm hoping, since it looks like one disk drive has a physical malfunction with the door and the other disk drive just simply won't read any disks, I'm hoping we can swap enough parts between the two to at least get one disk drive functional. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to see if this drive, the door was broken on it, but I'm going to just try holding it down manually and then turning on the computer and see if it will read it.
Oh my god.
And that way we'll know if the rest of the mechanism works. I think it's working. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
64K, but the drive does work.
Oh.
So I
Oh
think
my
we can
god.
definitely make one functional drive between these two. It should not be a problem.
So it's just the door that's the problem?
It's just the door. The drive itself is actually working. So
Oh my
what he's doing is he's taking that door and he's going to put it onto the working drive. So that way we have one functional drive.
Okay, so I've
Oh my
taken the door
God.
from this broken drive and put it on this one.
Dude,
We have
super
a
dope.
drive now. We're about to find out. Okay.
Oh my god. It is working.
In front of me, I have a really clean museum quality beautiful.
Oh my god! Like, oh my god!
drive
What are
and
we
a working
actually
monitor.
doing?
And the only
What are we
issue is I
actually,
can't
like,
play games that
watching?
require 64K of memory, which could be fixed.
It blows me away that he's actually able to get this thing up and running, much less actually running
Come
programs.
on.
So the fact that he was
What
able
are
to
we
get this
doing? Come
to that
on!
condition is
What are we actually
you know,
doing?
more than I could have expected, and you know it's awesome to see this thing come back to life.
Dude!
I'm absolutely amazed to see what we came in here with, what it looked like before, and to see the final product.
Oh my god!
Actually
Like,
working
this is super
just
dope.
amazing.
I want to send you home with a complimentary copy of Petsky Robots, but what kind of, because I know you're into game systems, what kind of game system? You probably have everything, right?
I have everything. What I would play most on.
He has nothing! He has nothing!
I can't imagine how much work this was to not only just design your own game, but port it to so many different systems.
Here's what I got for you. So, I have just a few of these left. So that's for the Super Nintendo. It's the European Shell.
Dude!
The PCB is exactly the
Let's
same.
go!
I always dreamed of either being a scientist or a computer programmer, writing computer games. And so I actually finally did get to be that. I'm obviously working on a new game called Planet X16. But
Dude, me too!
And I'm really proud of that one too, but I'm definitely proud of Petsky Robots. The fact that it's on like 21 different platforms now is a feat that I think will be hard to beat. Well, there you go. That's my gift to you. Is,
Oh, dude.
you want to sign it?
Of course I want you to sign it. I was about to say.
Kind of like a dream.
Dude, I want him to come to my planetarium and to give me the game that he fucking made for the fucking Game Chasers.
For a lot of retro video game themed kind of YouTubers is, you know, what's that one thing that you'd like to do if you had the opportunity? Create your own game. Who wouldn't want to be able to create?
I want to create my own game. God damn it. I want that, but you know,
their own game and create a world and a universe and characters and stuff that they have full control.
Alexa!
I love it. I love the fact that people are still making retro games.
You know, I would love to make a video game. I'd make an RPG, and I think it'd be called Melvor the Great.
God damn it! Come on.
Well, David, thank you. Hey, at least this thing is working. At least it's playing games, and I consider that a win.
Is it important to me to keep these old consoles and computers working and in good physical shape? Yeah, because you know, future generations, they're going to want to be able to look at these. And you know, it's one thing to see you know, an old computer or old game console that someone pulled out of a
he's not wrong.
That's all like nasty and yellow and doesn't work. I don't really feel like that gives the younger generation that didn't grow up with these, it doesn't really give them an idea of what it was really like. I mean, it's kind of like looking at an old car in a junkyard versus seeing a restored car at a car show.
There's something about these old school primitive games playing on these old PCs. I just there's a charm to them. I think you had to have lived in that era to really get it and appreciate it.
I always love seeing
like okay, GC Krabs may be here or maybe not. I don't know. No, I 100% am here, and I'm like watching this guy like good fucking dude. He's here like near me. Good for him, man.
Seeing people trying to preserve that, and the people who have the know-how to rebuild a computer and refurbish it.
Like this guy is like near me. Dude, I don't know like where he is in relation to me, but good for him.
Some of this old technology and get it up and running again. I think there is a real historical value to that.
I know Melvor. Like I have I have fucking talked with Melvor. Like, I know Melvor.
Really be discounted.
This is a part of not just gaming history, but just computer history.
Yeah,
the
no,
Apple II was
no.
pivotal.
Oh my
At
God.
this point,
Yeah.
most of them have been trashed. They're in landfills. And so when you can find one like this, get this thing and restore it and have it in working order like this, you really are restoring a piece of history.
I know. I'm trying.
Complete strangers, complete, potential crazy people, go into his place and very
Bro, like, I'm trying.
generous and trusting to a couple of strangers who could have been loonies, for all he knew.
So do I think this was a good score for $50? Absolutely. I mean, even if it's just going to sit on a shelf, I mean, the value of this machine is well, I'd probably say $200 or $300 for an Apple II Plus that works.
Like, oh my God, like, it's so dope.
Cleaned
Like,
up really
it's
nice.
so-
All the keys work. If you could
so
solve that
dope.
memory problem, you'd even be able to play a lot of games on it. So, yeah, I think it was a great score.
Definitely accomplished a lot.
Good for
Thank
him.
you very much to 8-Bit Guy for doing all the work.
8-Bit Guy.
And doing something that I totally couldn't do. And I was actually on my best behavior.
Dude.
Most of the time when we go to
Dude.
people's houses, especially people
My-
that we
my
are
man,
meeting for
my
the first
man.
time, there's usually let's not kid ourselves, there's usually a fart or two.
I love farting.
I'm sure people who have met us, think that, boy, that was a real letdown.
Seeing how this thing cleaned up and
bro, like, I've done that. I
don't know. I just think that maybe I want to keep it. I want to keep a piece of history. And I might have to put it in the closet because I don't got room right now. But maybe,
bro,
one day if
me
pays me $1
either.
million to finger his taint.
Bro, me too. I ain't got $1 million.
I can get a bigger game room and put it on display or something like that.
I'm really glad that he gave us the opportunity to come here and film. We got Billy's computer up and running. This is a win-win.
Oh my God. Dude, look. Somebody the other day, they were like, oh yeah. My fucking ass. They wanted to find my fucking ass and they got it. But look.
So basically what you're saying is the Apple II made you realize that our parents were horrible.
Not necessarily horrible, but man, shit fucked up.
Shit was fucked up, broski. Bro,
I mean, for real, it is. Up.
Usually when we go to somebody's house, especially
on today's episode of the Game Chasers.
Yeah, and Billy was just caught.
Bro, like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Do you want like the Game Chasers? Well, that's what you're gonna get.
I'm so glad you look stupid in that whole transaction, man.
Right here in front of us.
No, it's old school.
RoboCop versus Terminator.
and it's a freaking Game & Watch.
Zombie apocalypse? Y'all would never
Sure,
survive.
bro, true story. Come on, dude. Come on. What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Do you want, I don't know what you want from me. People want different things, juicy crab. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
we are going to a flea market and we're looking for some video games or toys or anything pop culture.
We said 9 o'clock. It is literally like I just checked my
bro.
My phone is 9:47.
It's me, Melvin the Great, Stupid Billy, and Shady J. And this is the first time that the three of us have been together in like 12 years to film.
12 fucking years. Like, no. No.
I'm being facetious, but you get the point. It's been a while.
It's a little bit.
Tint glasses. What are you doing?
Come on!
Pretty sure it's been so long.
Come on!
How to hold the camera and maybe even hit the record button. But
come on! No!
You
No!
know what's funny? We were meeting at his place, and he was still almost an hour late.
No!
Dude, no! No!
I'm freaking real.
So I pull up to Melworth's.
Okay.
And Billy's there. One of my biggest complaints is that nobody was ever on time. Billy, for whatever
Billy!
I don't know, 5 years or so, has become pretty responsible with that.
Yeah.
However, Melvor, he runs on Melvor time. I was told to be there at 9.
Come on, man.
But I forgot money, so I had to go back home.
Dude.
And I didn't want to stop at an ATM machine, so I had to go back home to get money.
Dude,
and I was 20 minutes late.
What is this, 1932? That's a shoebox of money.
No, true fucking
And
story.
Stupid Melvor finally pulls up, and he gives us the stupidest grin that I've ever seen out of him. He actually looked like a lesbian soccer mom pulling up and smiling like, yo, I'm here.
I'm okay. I'm okay
That was
with
him. So anyways, Melvor pulls up all smiling and happy, and me and Billy are like, what the F is he smiling about? He gets out, he goes inside, disappears for another 15 minutes. The funny thing is,
Hold on!
being
Here we
at his
go.
home,
Here we go.
that is like, that's a first. That's gotta be a first, right?
I'm not going to get offended because you said that. Because, you know, I have enough self-reflection.
Bro,
You know
bro, come on.
I'm an ornery guy.
why do I still do it? Because it's fun. I always love going to the flea market, and not just for games, but for toys. Whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
toys.
even like just random crazy things you see in the 80s that just don't exist anymore. The flea market and thrift stores are just cool places to always go. I'm gonna go whether or not we're filming or not.
It's really weird that people seem to be pretty chill for some reason. They don't get off.
Oh my God!
Starts,
Like,
you know,
do you
filming it.
didn't
Nobody seems to
see
care at this place,
me?
which is good. I like this place.
I love you, baby.
Like, guys,
Love
do
you.
you didn't see me?
Okay, so we've been through about half the flea market now. We really haven't found anything.
This place used to be an absolute gold mine. We've been going to it for 10 years.
Place has kind of gone downhill. I mean, it seems like it's less garage sellers and more people that maybe just found things that fell off the truck and they're selling them.
Yeah,
I've said this many a time. I don't just collect video games. I don't just collect toys. I collect all kinds of crap that I don't need. One of those is records. So I'm always looking for vinyl.
$1 each, guys.
Dude, I got
And I
a
happen to see a Game Boy
vinyl.
game. I see NBA Jam on the Game Boy. Now, NBA Jam is, in my opinion, the best basketball game ever made. It's actually a fun sports game, and I have it on Super Nintendo, though really the only way I've ever played it. Don't know what this game is like on Game Boy, but I can't imagine it's amazing. However, I'll pick it up if it's super cheap. Nobody's
You
gonna
got
want
it.
this. I'll do $1.
You do a dollar?
Yeah, buck.
This is the
buck.
Game Boy game. This ain't worth nothing. $2?
And he doesn't want to do $1. He wants to do $2. What if this is literally the only game in this flea market right now? I'd be a fool not to get it. So you know what, sir? I will do $2.
There is a winter bear king. She's pretty cute. Maybe $1.
But I only have a 20.
How sad is it that you guys have to ask me for money?
How sad is it that you can't zip up your pants?
The button's busted. The
The belt's holding them together. And what are you doing looking at my
Good for him. Good for him. Like
crotch, huh? That's the better question.
Listen. I've also had that. Listen. Okay. The flea market, oh yeah. What are we having? Yeah. No, it's fun.
Disgusting swine, man. I got a 5.
I hate saying, hey, I'll do something for $1 or $2 and then hand them a 20 and they're like looking at you as they're counting out the change.
Fair enough.
You son of a bitch.
Son of a
bitch. Yeah, I don't. This one is like $16 and even.
So he has a Super Scope game here. I have no interest in these. These things are coasters to me. You have to have the giant bazooka, which, by the way, when the Super Nintendo was coming out, how awesome did it look to have that big giant bazooka?
Fuck off with all of that. Hold on. What? Hold on.
Bazooka. You know, everyone thought that thing was going to be awesome. We had the Zapper on the NES. This was the upgraded version, the bazooka. And the thing ended up being trash. Such a disappointment.
This is junk. We buy a lot of junk, but this is actual junk.
So today the flea market's not really looking too good. I didn't want to walk out here with nothing. And NBA Jam, I mean, it's a sports game, but honestly, NBA Jam is one of the better basketball games out there, if not the best.
No, but Melvor the Great, it has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Melvor the Great! Let's go, baby.
He's trying to give himself his own nickname. Oh, that is great.
I'm
though.
live.
That is great.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah. I'm watching the Game Chasers. Yeah. Good story. Oh my god! They are. Oh shit. Oh shit!
So what is this, late
very
90s?
bad.
So there's...
Look for a date. Is this your first day?
I see some toys here. Excuse me. I'm seeing some older stuff in here.
He has so much interest in just the worst toys.
What are those?
The dollar store? I see a couple of these little cheapy action figure type characters from a line called Final Faction. This is a dollar store line that's out right now. They're literally dollar action figures, but they're nice sculpts.
Melvor is wearing me out. He is literally picking up every single toy right now.
Dude.
Let's just
Good for Melvor. He's okay.
go.
You know, we're cool. He's a lame-o.
This is like, what is it, the 2012 title? I see a couple of figures here, so I'm going to put these in my maybe pile, if you will. Weaponry here.
My maybe.
I don't know what these are to.
Watching this knucklehead, the most boring thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. Sitting at this table.
Okay, what do you want for these right here, then? She says it's $5 for this little bundle of stuff that I don't have $5.
What are we
because
doing?
I gave a couple of bucks to stupid Billy. Shouldn't have given you that money.
We do 4. He literally only has 4 when I've been trying to play. He literally only has $4 on it.
So Billy jumps in. Oh, you just take $4? Like at this point, I'm embarrassed. Like I was honestly just about to walk away. $4?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
She almost has this look of disgust, like, you cheap scumbags, you know? And then this guy has the nerve to try to say, oh, well, look what I did for you. You should be saying thank you because I got you this deal. No, you didn't. You just embarrassed me. I look like a cheap scumbag right now because I don't have $5 for these toys.
I'd come through for him. You know, he wants these really stupid toys. Nobody's gonna buy this trash. I put $4 in her pocket. You should be thanking me and her as well.
I love them.
We buy a lot of junk, but this is actual junk.
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. Hold on. I'm streaming that. No, we're
All right, alas, we come up to a vendor who has some video games. Finally,
Billy and Jay we're just like, oh, duh, just walking by completely blind. I'm like, hey, there's stuff over here.
Huh? So this dude has some Super Nintendo stuff.
We may have an actual jackpot on our hands.
Dude, I told you a while ago he can have everything for 400.
400.
I'm sorry, what?
400.
Oh, I'm a floating head.
Some really good stuff in here. However,
not
half of them
400.
are like sports games. Okay? I'm sorry, but you're not getting top dollar for sports games.
I'm not even really that interested in Super Nintendo because I got like 2 or 3 already.
Start to ask about the games.
Are you willing to like do these like individually, or are you trying to absolutely?
Well, I will, but it's gonna be probably more.
They're sitting there as they do, contemplating. I don't know. They just sit there forever. This is what they do.
Like if I wanted this one, what would you ask on it? Like just RoboCop versus Terminator.
I'm not interested in the lot. However, he does have a game in here that I don't have. RoboCop versus Terminator. RoboCop versus Terminator is pretty good in my opinion. Now, I do prefer the Genesis version. I think the music's better, and they get just absolutely crazy with the gore effects in it.
Probably 30 on that.
30? He wants $30. Now, that's ridiculous.
That just don't sound right. Or maybe I just question everything.
So,
right.
Are you absolutely trying to get eBay prices, or?
No, I'm not even doing eBay.
Because you said we could look it up.
Pardon me, sir. I would like to show you on my phone the completed listings of this particular game.
So right now it's time for me to go to the universal standard on video game pricing, which is pricecharting.com.
Right.
It's a $17 game on price charting.
$17 game. He's asking $30 for it. I respectfully and kindly let him know, hey man, this is $17 game. I show him. Billy proceeds to pull up the last one sold on eBay, $17. He shows him. Billy makes a fair offer of $12 on this game.
Why am I going to offer 12 when the sold ones are 17? Look, you don't have to deal with the eBay fees, and you don't have to deal with packaging it and shipping it out and going to the post office.
And if you're up for it, I would be willing to do $12.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't sell.
No,
I wouldn't even
sir.
sell sports games to that.
At that point, that was my cue to exit. I'm okay, fine, go ahead, have fun, try to do that.
I'm pretty sure I insulted him, even though I was very fair in my opinion.
You know when you see those people, you don't know who they are, you've never seen them before. You see those people and you just automatically dislike them.
Yes.
I think that's what's going on here with Billy and this old guy.
Who in their right mind is going to come up here and buy this lot for $400
Hold on.
when half of these games are sports games?
They both, just for whatever reason, don't like each other's faces.
And that's the way game chasing go.
Right. Is that not the way game chasing go?
Found another vendor here. He's got some games.
There's just a few random games. I'm looking through them. Nothing too terribly special.
Games.
Come on, man.
That's the price tag on it.
I don't know. You glossed over that though.
I did. I looked right over that. I cannot believe that just happened.
He has a box Game Gear. It's kind of neat.
Fair
Open
enough.
it up, check it out.
Fair
It's
enough.
pretty minty.
Yeah, and Billy was just caught slipping on it too.
He
literally
did.
glossed over
He kind of got
Now,
caught
see if we can get a
slipping.
decent price on it.
It's not easy to find. You don't usually see this box. Not this version anyway. Or just really the box in general for a Game Gear.
How much?
80.
Unfortunately, he wants
Wood.
$80. Time to do some research and see what this
Billy literally just found one on eBay that sold for 4 days ago. Today's the 17th. It sold on the 13th of October.
Wood.
And it sold for 66.
What it usually
Wood,
goes for
80.
seems to be around maybe the $50 to $60 range and not the $80 range. So
No,
I'm gonna go
I-
see if this guy will work with us.
Wood-
And I'm gonna
wood
be
with
completely
the
upfront
80.
again and say this
No.
is what this thing usually goes for and show him.
So would you be willing to go less on that? Because this is October 13th, man. This is just
No,
a couple days.
totally would. 80.
And he's pretty firm. He's not going to come down, so I'm not buying it.
80's the bottom dollar. 80's.
Fine, yeah.
All right.
What I would.
Then
I
he
would.
says, hey,
I would.
got this
I
other
would.
item. He brings it out, and it's a freaking Game & Watch.
What are you asking on that?
Same 80.
Game & Watch is essentially one of the earliest
Oh
handheld.
my god.
It predates Game Gear, it predates Game Boy, it predates
Fair
old
enough.
Tiger even.
Fair enough.
I'm really not much into them, but I know Billy is.
Where'd you come across this? Oh yeah.
Usually you don't actually see them in the cardboard boxes. If you do run across them, they're generally loose. He's wanting $80 for this thing. The only thing that's making me kind of, maybe I should get this, is the fact that it does have the cardboard slipcover over it. That's something that is not easy to find. So I'm really thinking about
little
it, but then
bit,
again, I'm like,
right.
man, that's $80. I don't want to spend $80. I'm trying not to spend $80 today.
So yeah, the
I
screen is
would,
messed
I
up.
would,
As I'm
I would,
looking
I
closer at this
totally
thing, I noticed
would.
that it's not in the best shape after all. Looks like there's like bleed through coming through, like little black bubbles and things like that.
Sitting around over time, it does look like the screen has been damaged because there's a splotch right here on the top.
Probably would.
So at $80, which is around what it would go for, like this, there's no way.
Totally would.
I'm certainly not going to spend top dollar on this thing if it's not in the best shape. I'm
He's
looking down
dumb.
and I see
He's
a couple of
stupid.
games. I'm like, you know what? I got to get something here, whatever. Aero Fighters Assault. Don't know anything about this one. I do know that Aero Fighters is a pretty decent series. I played it on Super Nintendo. I have no idea what this game is about. I'm assuming it's about jet fighters and you're assaulting something. I'm also seeing heavy shredding on the NES. I'm actually not sure I have this one.
I seriously doubt you're going to put it in and you're going to have the option to play as Eddie Van Halen or Slash
Heavy
or
shredding.
Zach Wilde or whatever and heavy shred on a guitar. I just don't see it happening.
Hey, would you be willing to do 2 for 10?
Not wrong.
I appreciate it, man.
When you go to the flea markets, you got to buy video games.
Saying if like the Secret of Mana, he may have just said, well, I guess I'm gonna have to have $30 for that one too. He's
Super
probably
dumb.
thinking like $30 for literally every game.
I mean, I don't want to touch it, so that's on you.
This dude said 30 for that Terminator RoboCop Terminator game, whatever. So Billy decides that he wants to go and offer $30 for Secret of Mana.
$30 would be less than what Mana goes for. So you know what? I'm gonna go talk to this guy.
Sure,
Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I just think he threw 30 out randomly.
Secret of Mana. This game is awesome. And I got this game back in my early days of collecting, and it was something I
me too.
immediately really liked.
What?
All right, well, congratulations. Well, actually, he was screw me because apparently he sold them all for $400.
Just now.
Just now.
The old man apparently is like, hey, I sold this stuff. I sold it for what I wanted originally.
Right.
So screw you.
What, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes that since we'd walked off, someone came up and bought the entire lot for $400.
Good kind of for them.
Somebody just got screwed over at this flea market.
And Billy's sitting there like, oh, all like stunned and shocked and hurt.
Me too.
And the guy actually has the nerve to say, "You want to see the money?"
I mean, yeah, fair enough. If he did $400 fucking dollars, like, it's a bit much, right? But you know what?